frequency table is. A frequency table shows the, okay, so I'm going to use count. I'm going to change the colors there so you can see the emphasis. Frequency is a table of shows the count of individuals having each data value. And to emphasize count or frequency, you can just like count, right? How many, if you look at your desk, how many wires do you have on there? So if I look at I might have, this is my tally marks, right? I have 2 of them. I'm just counting. Or how many keyboards do I have? I actually have 2 keyboards on my desk right now. All right, let's go to frequency table. A relative frequency table. A relative frequency table shows, all right, here's the big word, the proportion or percent. So if you're just doing this on regular paper, you can just go back and highlight it. That'd be a good idea. Of individuals having each data value. All right, here is an example. Which would you rather be? If you could pick only one of these, which would it be? Go ahead and check one of those, and then I think I'd rather just be, to me, happy. And if we got a data set, all right, so let's move on page 3 here. Here's the data from 40 randomly selected high school students around the US. So here, each one of these are data. And this is how students respond. So I'm not sure how you responded. It says tally or count up for each status. What is that called? Look above. To count or tally. This would be our frequency table. Wow, so bad. Sorry. Again, first time using this pen. So this, now I'm going to highlight in blue, this is our frequency table. So when you tally or count, let's write the word count here, or frequency. Okay, we're going to have to count how many famous people. I'll do one and then you do the rest, okay? Here is a practical thing when we're looking for the word famous. To tally, you might just mark them as you go, but I'm actually going to use my pencil and check each time I see the word famous. And the reason why you do this is so that you don't skip any of the data. You don't leave anybody out. So 1, 2, 3. Just going down 4, 5, 6, 7. So there were a count of 7 for those who were famous. Go ahead and just count up the rest and then go ahead and make a total of those. Go ahead and press pause, and then when you're done, press play. All right, so if you go ahead and do that, you'll get 21 rich, 4 healthy, 21 happy, 4 healthy, 80 rich, and then you have a total of 40. This sounds so silly. You're like, oh, if you did make a mistake, okay, this is something very practical in statistics, just counting. And like I said, use those check marks, and you should have a total of 40. All right, what happens when I now want to calculate a proportion or percent? Okay. Let me write another word over here. Proportion, percent, you get those from fractions, right? This never goes away. Fractions. Okay. So this is called, when I turn in the numbers above to a fraction, this is called a relative frequency. Okay, so let me do this. Let's do a different color for the total. See if I can write in here. Again, new pen. Figuring this out, guys. Give me a break, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do is basically make a fraction. So let me show you how to do that. So the total, I like to write my fractions this way, 40. That's the total, right? And then let's do famous. There are 7 out of 40, okay? So there's my fraction. Some of you guys may have done something like this. I do not recommend the horizontal, so I prefer this one, the vertical versus the horizontal. This is perfectly okay. So now we got to make it a, we go from fractions to decimals. I have no calculator function here. So put in your calculator, 7 divided by 40. 7 divided by 40, and your answer is going to be 0.175. Okay, so how do we make this? Because this is up here, it doesn't say fraction, it doesn't say decimal, it says a percent or proportion. So now, so we go from fractions to decimals. And basically what you're doing to get a decimal is you are multiplying to get a percent. You are taking the decimal and you're multiplying it by 100. So you can put in your calculator times 100, don't touch your calculator. And what this does is you're moving the decimal place 2 places, and your answer is going to be 17.5%. So let's review really quickly. You take the number of famous and you put it over 40, and then you're doing division there, and you'll get a decimal. You should never have a number over 1 here. So this is like 17 cents, and then to go from a decimal to percent, you multiply by 100. Go ahead and finish the rich, healthy, and happy, and then press play to check your answer. All right, so here's my answers. Just trying for a different color so I can use it. The top parts of my fraction, the numerators, all of these numbers are adding up to be 40, right? Here's my decimals. If you add up all of those decimals together, think of money like change, 17.5 cents, 52 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents. You add them all up, they should be $1. So a decimal, most of the time, is never going to go over 1 in general. Probably about 95% of the time in this class. If you add up all the percents going down, they should add up to be 100%. So now it's time for your homework. Hopefully this was helpful for you. Good luck, guys. All right, let's go ahead and create a relative frequency graph here. And you have your famous, your rich, you're healthy, you're happy, and over here I see the max of around 52%, so I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And we can title this one Preferred Status. I think I would prefer to be happy. So famous was 17.5. You can go below 20 there. You see that? You can use that little dotted line that I kind of drew. Rich is 52.5. Then we have Healthy at 10%. Should have color coded those. 17.5. 52, and then yellow is 10. Healthy and happy is 20%. And that matches the information we just wrote in our notes, that if you add all those up, that should be what? Equal to 100%. Let's go ahead and try the example below. Alright, for a relative frequency, all we have to do is get the total. So if I count all those up, there is 200. So essentially what you have over here is 150 divided by 200, and this will give us 0.75. 40 divided by 200 will give us 0.20. 9 divided by 200 will give us 0.045, and 1 divided by 200 is going to give us 0.005. So essentially, if you add all this up, you will get 1.00. Okay, so title of this one is Prizes Won. And I have the prize amount. And we had $5, we had $50, we had $100, and $1,000. And then over here, I have my probability. D. And again, the max I see there is 75, so I probably want 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's go ahead and do this one over here. So that's 0.75. That one, you want your bars to be of equal width. I have 0.20. I have 0.045, so it's 0.10, so it's like half of that. And then you can barely see it. That's less than 1%, right? I don't know, it looks like a bar, it's just a line. That's what we got here. This is our graphing our probability distribution.
24 hours in a day, and I get to do math, hey hooray. Y equals mx plus b with Mr. Ng, we're making history. Pythagoras, Euclid, and Gauss learn the math and you'll become the boss.